Welcome back to Open Your Eyes. This is our first conversation this morning, and as we mentioned, it's all about the Belize National Orchestra. We are joined this morning by Stephanie Koyi. She is the Assistant Director. Also with us is Carlos Perote, Director himself. We have here joining us as well Karen Vernon, Logistics Coordinator and Production Manager, and Elsewhere Castillo, Musician and Technical Support. As we mentioned, all representatives of the Belize National Orchestra. Guys, thank you so much for joining us and welcome.
Good, thanks for having us again.
Well, last week, Thursday, was a big night for you guys, and of course, many more musicians and performers. It was the official debut of the Belize National Orchestra. We heard some buzz about it, but no real, conversations on set. But it was a big night. Tell us about the Belize National Orchestra and the presentation that unfolded last Thursday. Perhaps we can begin with you, Mr. Perote, director himself.
I believe no is big for us. It's big for Belize.
Yes.
It's a working in progress that we put together for so many years for have this kind of stuff. We present to a project to the minister of culture, and he agreed with go forward with that we appreciated that. And we are 80 musicians, Belizean musicians.
80?
Yeah.
Wow.
That come together for do this, all right? Primarily are young people, because the orchestra is basic in young people to develop that movement in Belize.
Yeah.
And yes, Thursday we start the journey that it will take a while for we master it. It's something that it's easy to do. And also that people supposed to be very proud of that, because in another country, for you be a part of a national orchestra, it's a very difficult task.
Yeah.
Not everybody can do it, and we have in other countries we have several good musicians and professional musicians. That no is the case of Belize. The musician and professional musicians are very limited. So it's a very difficult task, but I believe we can.
Why did you guys, as a collective, find this important to present to the country as musicians?
Because the orchestra no is a regular orchestra. The orchestra is for play Belizean music in a different format, but it's for Belizean music. So for play Misapita, Panabor, whatever, Mes, all those traditional music for Belize. No, it's a traditional orchestra that you will see play Mozart, Beethoven, and we are funded in that.
Yeah.
But we want to present a little more about what is Belize.
And I think that speaks to the national identity.
Yeah.
Also
we also
incorporating different instruments.
Yes.
The harp, the marimba, of course the steel pan. It's not just
So my question then, perhaps it's to Carlos. You're the director. You're also the conductor.
And the arrangement and composer.
How difficult is that? Because again, we're looking at a range of instruments. We're looking at a multitude of genres that are native to Belize that we're bringing together. How difficult or challenging is it for you to be able to find that sound and have everyone play in harmony?
You call that education. I studied.
That's where the music education came in.
Him,
Yeah.
So I know will tell you easy. It's a very difficult task.
Yeah.
Because you have, what you say, you have to play in all of those instruments and also music that are, I don't will say no are difficult or are difficult, easy, but the structure of those music is different and the classical music. So you have to find ways for arrange the music and make sweet.
I think what amazed me the most about the presentation on Thursday night was the way that you guys were able to blend these contemporary instruments with our traditional instruments that we would know and appreciate from our culture. We spoke about the Garifuna drums, we spoke about, or we saw a harp being used as well. Speak to that, the challenge and perhaps the task that you guys put on yourselves to ensure that there was a level of modern type music mixed with our traditional sounds that makes us, I guess, authentically ourselves. Can we get Stephanie in the conversation?
Well, like I said yesterday, Carlos is the genius behind this whole thing. And he was the one that blend and figure out the tones, what will work, how does it come together with our traditional Belizean cultural instruments and the symphonic instruments as well. So he came up with all of that and put it together and brought it to life.
We even saw the marimba being used as well.
Yeah. That was representing the Maya.
Yes. We even saw some persons come forward dressed in their cultural traditional attires too. There was a choir there on display.
Yes.
There were some special guests that came. How long did it take to put this together? Carlos, you said that about a year or more than a year you guys were planning this?
Well, the idea started a long time ago.
Yes.
But we really started to come together like 3 years ago.
3 years, about 3 years.
But not as a national orchestra. It just let's go do something and
Collaborated.
Different parts and then putting it together at different points.
Palote, Choral Society, and other musicians.
My main question here is, when will this be recorded? If ever will be recorded?
It will. It's done recorded.
Done recorded?
Video too. So we will have a document.
Nice. Because some of us may not have gotten the opportunity, and perhaps some of us saw it, but it's a different appreciation for it when you could actually take it all in.
Yeah.
With a good recording.
Yeah, I was able to see it live, well, online, but still it was quite an experience. I could imagine what it was like in person.
Yeah, in Bliss it was amazing. The song was full. And
we don't have the technology for, I'm sorry I say that, I will say it again. We don't have the technology for go live. It's very
difficult.
It's very disrespectful. Like I say it like that. Imagine you work so hard, right? For then put something on the TV that don't have no quality.
In terms of the streaming,
He didn't do it justice.
It's very disrespectful because you work too hard for people sit and watch, enjoy. I know some of them will say, "Yeah, nice," but some of them are very critic, and they will say that that's no good, and that's really knows what happened in the Bliss.
That's a fair assessment. As difficult as it is for some people to accept that, that's a fair assessment though. Because you've rehearsed and gotten yourselves ready for this performance, this debut performance of the National Orchestra, and it being streamed at a lesser quality, you're not getting that rich oral experience. Let's bring Ellsworth into this conversation. Talk to us about your instruments and how you got involved, and what has this first experience been like for you?
Okay, so this has been a vision as well for me, and to see this happen, you know, the 18th of September 2025 is just, man, I am so happy, I'm so blessed, you know, to see it happen. To be involved with it is another, is a whole new dimension of the blessings that I've been receiving as a musician. And my role really was threefold. I, as a musician, you know, a drummer, a percussionist, working with Carlos for about 15 years or more, you know, learning and appreciating what he does to bring Belizean music, you know, to the forefront, and to bring it to a new dimension, to a new level, you know. That has that has really pushed me to to want to be a part of this entire movement, because it's a movement. It's going to continue moving. You know, it's not going to be stagnant or anything like that. And so the musician part that I played was rather easy. That was the easiest part, indeed. You know, so
Being behind the scenes and watch all the parts come together.
right, and playing my drums and playing my maracas and whatever. You know, that's the easiest part for me. But I had 2 more roles, and the second role was that I had to perform. I was a performer because, you know, again, one of my compositions was featured as a part of the music that was presented on Thursday. And thanks again to Carlos. This was a piece that I wrote in 2011, and Carlos arranged it at the time for Pan and a band, you know, featuring the traditional instruments, band instruments as keyboard and drum kit and piano.
Yeah.
And he contacted me earlier this year and said, you know what, Cass, we want to do the song again. And I mean, it got me so excited, because he believed in this, in the message. He believed in the music, and he arranged it for orchestra with choir, and you know, so that was a huge deal for me. And now, like I said, my residence is way in the back behind the drums. Now I have to walk up front and sing this song.
Yes.
It's like, really, that's not what I do. But
what was that experience like for you?
Man, it was, you know, I even up to Wednesday night after our last rehearsal, I told Carlos, you know what, I don't know how this is going to work out. But my blessings continued, and I shared that moment. I had the opportunity to share that moment with my son, J.Cass, who is a phenomenal vocalist.
That's your son? I didn't know that.
Small world, right?
There you go.
Wow! Fun fact. Okay.
Yes, and so that kind of eased the pressure a little bit, because I knew I had support. I mean, I literally leaned on him, you know, and so that part of the performing, not sure when I'm gonna try that again, you know, because I'm quite comfortable in the background playing my drums.
But a good father and son moment,
Exactly.
the live performance is always
That's
needed, man.
amazing.
Deliverance without a good father and son combination, right?
Yeah, so that was that very difficult part of my involvement. The third part was, as had mentioned before, was on the technical side.
Yeah.
And it was tasked for Excalibur Sound and Equipment, which is my audio company. And it's our company, but there's only 2 of us, myself and engineer extraordinaire. I keep saying that because he, to me, is the best, Paul Flores.
Oh, all right, yeah.
And so we had the task of getting all the PA, all the technical stuff, all the microphones and in place for this huge undertaking. Now, again, I give thanks to Carlos for pushing us for some years, because whenever Carlos does any type of musical presentation, he brings everything he can think about in some of the craziest venues, SJC gym. I mean, you know, and just bring this and say, Cass and Paul, this is what I have, make it sound good. So he has been pushing us, and I give him a lot of respect and thanks for trusting us and for pushing us to the limit. And this inaugural concert was the biggest we have ever done in respect to inputs and all of that.
Yeah.
It came just about around 80. We had 50 something microphones, and for the violins and the strings we had used pickups, you know, so we had about 16 and 59 microphones, so we were running about 75 channels.
So I don't want to get too technical with the next question, right? But how do you account for acoustics in all of this? Because you choose a venue, you have all of these inputs and channels. How do you make sure that it sounds just right? If you're at the Bliss, if you're at SJC Gym, if you're at the Civic Center.
It's all planning, because this event being held on the 18th of September, Excalibur Sound and Equipment moved into the Bliss on Saturday the 13th. And we worked every single day up to the day of the event.
Yeah.
To ensure that everything was done technically to the best of our ability. You know, there will always dealing with electronics and dealing with acoustic instruments. You will find issues, but in this business, it's how quickly you address the issues that sets you apart from everybody else. Yeah. And so this little two-man team that's always invisible, nobody sees us, but we get we get stuff done.
Yeah. Also, someone on the scenes getting things done was Karen Vernon, logistics coordinator and production manager. Of course, Miss Vernon, I think
she's involved in everything.
Yeah, your name needs no introduction. We've seen you work behind the scenes for many, many well-known events, but perhaps this is
one of the biggest.
One of the biggest feats that you've taken on when we think of 80 musicians or performers on stage all at once. What was this like, putting something like this together, production-wise?
It was quite challenging. For example, you could see the cramped space at the Bliss. You know, we had to extend the stage there, and like once all the instruments and chairs were in place, like you couldn't pass through.
Yeah.
So we had soloists who we had to get on stage. We had to build a step from the audience, from the aisle to the stage. The first one didn't work. The guys built a second one, and as you can see, it was difficult getting up and down. We were very concerned about Lord Rayburn and Sir Colville getting up the stairs. We managed to pull it off. The uniforms were designed by RH Creation, Richard Henderson.
Yeah.
He's this designer from Los Angeles. He graciously agreed, and he sent numerous samples, and we ended up with that one. It was sewn here in Belize. Yeah. So
Nice.
getting that done, got all the uniforms together, making sure everybody fit. It was, it was like what is usually done, but on a much grander scale, considering the amount of people we had to work with.
I think of the stage, as you mentioned, and the intention that was placed into ensuring that the sizing fit the amount of people that was there. I wonder, what was the intention in ensuring that it was done at the Bliss? The setting in particular, when we think of what we know the Bliss to be for, we could have gone with a bigger venue. We could have gone anywhere else. But is there a reason why we chose the Bliss to really highlight this orchestra?
Well, Minister Fonseca really wants the home of the Belize National Orchestra to be the Bliss. So we tried last minute to get another venue, which was booked, but when we realized that the size of the orchestra would really be tight, and it was tight, even with the expansion. So saying that the home of the orchestra is the Bliss, where rehearsals will happen, concerts will happen, and anytime we plan to do a concert, we'll just have to do what we need to do.
My next question then is, can we look forward to the National Orchestra becoming a staple in the September celebrations going forward?
Definitely, definitely. Not only September celebrations, but throughout the year. I think we have been tasked to do
Christmas.
We have different
seasons.
3 different seasons, and 2 concerts every season. So
Nice.
yeah, we'll work on putting a schedule together and getting that.
You're a
out.
busy man, Carlos.
Yeah.
Teaching music at SJC,
Grace Primary.
Grace Primary, leading this whole movement.
Omalewa, he doesn't sleep.
Never a dull moment.
What was it like getting other well-known artists and musicians like Sir Colville Young, Lord Rayburn, to join the orchestra as well as performers?
They were happy to be a part of it.
That was a touching moment.
Yeah, it
Very.
was. I mean, look
Yeah.
at Lord
It
Rayburn
is.
there on
Yes.
stage.
Yeah.
That's very important to have
Yeah.
them. I mean,
And just his presence made a big difference. He didn't even have to say anything or sing anything. It was like, yeah.
We had Sir Colville Young on the keys as
Yes.
well.
Ernestine.
Playing his composition.
Yeah.
Without Lord Rayburn and Sir Colville, we wouldn't have had the music to present.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And all
So
those
they need to be recognized for that, and fortunately we still have them with us.
Yeah.
I mean, we did Palma Bor,
And the Palacio.
we did on the Palacio, we did
Lila
Lila,
Vernon.
they have passed on. And so we always look at the opportunity to have them present with us, and to honor them and give them the props, that without them we wouldn't have had these music, these wonderful pieces to present to the people of Belize and to the world.
Look at Tremont.
I look at the choir. I mean, Tremont's clearly he's having his
It is
moment with
elevated.
Lord Rayburn right there. That's something that I'm sure he won't forget. But I'm looking at the choir as well. There was a brief moment that we highlighted. We spotlit two ladies on the far end, and I saw that
The
they were
Roses,
also
the Roses.
being shared on social media. How important is it to have all these generations of people who play instruments, who sing, who've contributed to music in their time, but are still given their flowers in this time as well? Carlos, how important is that?
Some people ask me why I have so many old people there. All right, that's not true, because most of them are young. But those ladies, it showed me a lot of strength, lot of dedication, commitment. I know so many people have that. Then are those two girls, ladies. Not only them, four of them. Then come all the practice, all.
and early.
On time.
The young people not come and reach late, but there's four girls, ladies.
Miss Castillo.
Yeah,
She also did
no
a
miss.
solo.
Then no miss.
They know
She was
miss.
very good.
So they encourage you
That's true.
for have those kind of adults.
Yes,
And we need continuity, we need that continuity from generation to generation.
absolutely. Well, as we wind down the conversation, once more, remind us when we can expect the next performance of the Belize National Orchestra. And of course, if you have anyone you'd like to say thank you to, this is an opportunity to do that.
Well, there's a Christmas one coming up, but
Yeah.
the date to be announced.
Yeah.
We have a concert soon for children and students.
Okay,
The same concept.
We want to start educate them from very
Young.
excellent.
early, because all people don't mess up. So we have to try to encourage. Yeah. Yes, in Belize it's like that.
Yeah.
We definitely like to thank Minister Fonseca, who jumped on the idea when Carlos presented it to him and went to get further funding from the Office of the Prime Minister. So, we like to say thanks to them. Elude Miller, who was very instrumental in assisting us through this.
Yes.
Gina Scott, Ivan Duran, Yasser
Yes.
Musa.
Yes.
Am I forgetting anyone? Actually, yeah, the patron, Evelyn Wallen, of
All right.
course.
Well, thank you guys as well for joining us. Thank you also for your contribution as well in the orchestra. And we can't wait to experience it in person. And of course, share what that experience was like as well.
I'll look out for you guys.
Yes,
You have to
definitely.
make sure you come.
Nice.
All right. All right, well, we take a quick break now, but don't go anywhere. When we come back, the conversation switches into the Ministry of Agriculture on bees attacks, prevention, safety, and response.